Like I'll keep teasing you out here. Come shape, man. So now all you do is create more stretch.
Yeah.
Now put the right hand on it.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about earlier on with having the distance between there and there.
Right.
Like you're not breaking down at that point. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Big day, huge day. We're going to introduce you to a new face in the channel, but someone who has been part of the channel since day one. Cameraman Casey. Come on in.
Okay.
Come on in. All right, guys, delighted to introduce you to Casey McWilliams, buddy. Delighted to have you on the channel. This is going to be fun. When we started talking about the concept of Fraser Golf Institute, we talked about obviously the pillars of performance, but ultimately bringing in people we can demonstrate that this works. You're somebody who doesn't play a ton of golf, but you love golf. Mm-hmm. You end up on a lot of great golf courses behind the camera, not in front of the camera like this. At the minute, you're around mid-90s shooter.
Yeah, I think I'm a 26.4 handicap
on
Golf Canada. Usually it's, mid to high 90s, a couple in the hundreds.
Have you broke 90 before?
If I did, it was in like high school, it was years ago.
Or a shorter course, perhaps, that type of thing. Okay, so this series with Casey is going to be about the journey to breaking 90, and everyone's on their own journey. I feel like these milestones come in sort of increments of 10. Some people want to break 100 for the first time. Some people want to break 90, 80, 70. And you will meet other faces, other personalities on the channel. But Casey is going to take the baton for the Breaking 90 family out there. Hopefully there's lots of you watching who are in a similar boat and can live vicariously through Casey's journey. Tell us about your golf game. We've never played golf together.
No.
So I don't even know what sort of works. I see you hitting the famous 9-wood from time to time, but I don't really know much else.
I've been playing golf since I was a kid. We were lucky enough to have access to a course, so played since I was, 11 or 12 years old. But never really did a lot of practicing, just kind of playing.
Right.
And never really got past that 90 hurdle.
Right.
It's an interesting game. When I play with my friends and stuff, they'll tell me like a lot of it is bad decision making.
Sure,
I've got an okay drive, but I get into a lot of trouble very often.
Yeah. Well, there's many ways to shoot a number, whether it's a low one, a high one, something in the middle. It's all about identifying obviously strengths and weaknesses, and within the 6 pillars, we're going to be really sort of giving you access to tools, to instruction, to technology that we really think will reshape your game. Cody, who's the other McWilliams brother behind the camera, you'll be meeting him later today. We'll be filming a video where Cody's hitting. Cody and I were talking earlier about where could you end up by the summer? And Cody obviously knows your game really well. He feels like you could be shaving 10 strokes off the game, something in and around that.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be huge, wouldn't it?
Sure. Yeah.
That'd be huge. I think, 26 handicap, becoming a bogey golfer, 18 or under, is a massive, massive improvement. But I've seen you hit golf balls. I know you can strike the ball clean. I know you don't have that much trouble with contact. So I'll be interested to learn a little bit about your game today as well. Okay. Let's grab some baselines. We're just going to start with a wedge. I want to just look at what your tendencies are. We've actually got interestingly set up. Casey and I both wear, I don't have mine on today, you wear your Whoop band today. We've talked about this in previous videos, we're going to be monitoring Casey's learning state as we go through this session. What sort of spikes, fear, excitement, fight, flight, adrenaline, whatever they may be, because I think if I get to know you a little bit more in terms of what pushes your buttons, maybe how we can influence your state. If you get in a golf course and maybe you start to spiral, we've all had that feeling of just being on the course and we just can't get control of that round. There's some great techniques out there. There's some breathing, some breath work that we can do to change it. And we're going to monitor that on Casey's Whoop application over there. So we'll be keeping that eye on that. It's kind of sitting around the mid-80s right now. You're not nervous about doing this. That's a good thing, right? But as we sort of start to get into activity mode, we'll see how that changes and how the shot quality or success rate, if that changes it as well. So let's start with some pitch and wedges. Let's see what we do.
All right.
How is the iron game generally? Let's start there.
The higher irons are better for sure. There's a reason why I have a 9-wood and a 7-wood.
Sure.
Because I've tried to just avoid, 4 and 5 iron. But normally 7, 8, 9 pitching wedge I can hit okay. Not a huge variance in the distance that they go though.
Yeah, you feel like they all bunch up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, start off with a couple with that. I've set the green around 120. I don't really know how far your pitching wedge goes, but let's start around there. Like, I feel already like you'd be a great scramble partner. Like, you've got some shots up your sleeve.
Yeah.
You don't typically hit it that far offline, especially not with these types of clubs. Like, if we put you 100, 110 yards out and you're giving us a look from 20 feet, but, you're giving us the stroke in the team sort of competition, that's a great way it's a great partner to have. Not much of a divot taker.
No.
Greenkeeper's dream, right?
Yeah.
Your angle attack, there's 0. The loft that you've delivered there is the amount of loft that's on this wedge. So you're kind of just, whatever you've got to set up, you're returning it to impact. It kind of tells me a few things. We're not probably driving speed the right way.
No.
Right? So you can see a little bit of a longer backswing, kind of bounces a little bit and sort of, we lose those angles if we'll try and kind of catch actually a little bit face on. Because I wouldn't mind sort of seeing that club as we get into a quite long position to a little bit of a sort of unhinged position on the way down. We'll try and get that out of there. You're somebody who goes to the gym a fair amount. You've got the what's it you call the basement? The iron
Paradise.
Iron Paradise. So I mean, if you were what would you bench when you're really kind of working out a bunch?
Like 210. Yeah.
A good amount, right?
Yeah.
So, the correlation people think between strength and speed.
It's not there for me. I've said this exact thing to people. It's like, I feel like I should hit the ball harder than I do.
Exactly. You get people who are pound for pound long, people who are pound for pound short. We want you to be certainly gaining the distance or hitting to the distance that you deserve or that your strength merits. Okay, let's hit a couple more. Good. Feel good?
Yeah.
That sounded like you got a little bit more golf ball up the head. Yeah, better strike. But similar delivery characteristics. 0 angle of attack, 43 degrees of delivered loft. We got a little bit of compression on there. We had a little bit of forward shaft lean with the face a touch more closed as well, so efficiency is going to go up. But, right now, club head speed-wise at 73, yeah, we'll get that into the 80s pretty quickly without trying to. You don't want to swing a wedge hard. It's a precision.
Right.
It's like throwing darts. When you throw darts at a dartboard, it's not about how hard you can throw it. It's about how precise you can sort of deliver the dart. So, good. Really like that. You've not really changed your sort of heart rate, your demeanor. Nothing like that has changed, which is really, really nice. So. Maybe once we start learning a little bit, it might be interesting to see if that changes in terms of spikes. But you're living around 90 beats a minute, which is a nice, calm, active heart rate, which is good. Okay, let's go into the 7. I think I have that here.
The speed to muscle ratio. Yeah. It's off for sure. But I've also, I have a bad back. It's been actually a lot better the last few years. So I think that's part of it too, is being afraid of over twisting.
Totally.
So I kind of just have developed I think it's a more of an army swing.
With a safe way of playing the game. Okay, so into 7 iron. Let's hit some. There's low-hanging fruit today.
Okay.
Right, and we'll get into some low-hanging fruit. And probably this, after we see a few, we'll get into what that low-hanging fruit is.
All right.
If you were to grade yourself as a wedge, with wedges, would you say relative to your handicap, you're better, equivalent or worse?
Probably equivalent, because I have a feeling that like from 100 out is where I'm losing. Not a feeling, like I know. That's where I lose like so many
You
strokes.
lose a lot of shots.
And every once in a while I'll hit a great wedge shot and be like, oh my God, I can hit wedges again.
Yeah.
And then I can't replicate it. See, like even that, like if I scull it or I hit nice, it goes the same distance.
That one there, so the same distance in terms of total, but like look at that, like 25 yards of carry distance. Obviously launch angle 7 versus 26. So that one I would call,
it was a bit.
We'll eradicate those pretty quickly. But like I'm looking probably more at like this one is like, okay, that's interesting. Pretty capable in terms of distance is not bad. Again, back to the club delivery. Where we are there with dynamic loft, so we're actually adding more loft than is on the club with this one.
Okay.
So you are putting in a decent amount of speed.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is like a normal thing or not, but I definitely feel more confident like swinging harder the longer the club.
It's good. I mean, yeah, you should lean into what what you do better with. Some people, the whole like swing it easier and stuff, it generally hurts more people than it helps. Right. I really do think that. So I'd say be attacking, be aggressive when you swing the club. Just let the player come out. But still seeing the same tendencies with the wedge in terms of the angle of attack. So why don't we get into it a little bit, right?
Sure, yeah.
So let's just take the club in your left hand only to start with. Okay, just show me your left hand grip address. Okay, so you can see a lot of your thumb, but not a lot of the back of your sort of left hand.
No.
Okay, so let's sort of like hold the club up in front of us. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of just release your grip a little bit. Okay, so now put the club down and square it up.
Okay.
So now square.
Okay.
Right. So we were talking earlier and you said, a couple of people gave you tips. Somebody said you strangled the club too much with so you've got a little bit, too much pressure. And Mac had told you to get the left shoulder up and a bit more closed off to shift the path a little bit. The handle will do both of those things in one for you. Okay. Right. Having the club in a more supportive position, right? So just take your address position, swing up to the top with just one hand. Something that not every golfer can do, but I know you're strong enough to support the club. So swing up to the top, just one hand. Okay, so give yourself a little bit of shoulder turn there. So as you do that, feel where the thumb is now, right under the club. Feel how supported that is?
Yeah.
So if you've done that before, so come back down. So you don't, when the club is supported within multiple pressure points, you don't have to squeeze hard because you have support.
Yeah.
You have the right structure of the hand around the club itself. So when you take that up to the top and you see the thumbs directly under, perfect. You don't need to squeeze it at that point because you've got the club nicely in control. Okay, so let's do that again. Let's do that. So let's kind of, so you can do,
like that?
Yeah, that actually is brilliant. I encourage people to do, like whether it's rehearsals in front of you, whatever, if you can do it there, great. Let's go right hand on now.
Okay.
So to start with, I want you to really feel like this hand is sort of underneath.
Okay.
Yeah, no, where that was great.
Oh,
You don't need to do it more, but that's,
so twist the club,
that's good. And then you've got lots of sort of, you can see the TaylorMade logo in the back of your glove, and you've got sort of lots of the back of your hand facing me. Okay, as we take the club away, the only thing I really want you to focus on is the club position from a face angle perspective. Just keeping it down, club face down. If I had a marker or pointer or tee or something, and you start pointing that club face at me, we're adding loft, and you can see the position the wrists are getting into.
Right.
I don't like to feel like that sort of lead wrist is a little bit bowed. I just want you to have some strength of club face at that point. So just that's your rehearsal, right? So grip on, rehearsal to there, and then we're just going to swing and see what happens. We can add feels to that structure. So let's sort of do that. Let's take the club back just to here. Okay. Excellent. Now let's look at that wrist structure.
Right.
I could probably put my palm flat against the back of your hand and your wrist. Okay. If we go up to the top of the swing, just go up to the top.
Right.
See the space?
Yeah.
So that tells us we are no longer in that position.
Okay.
That's the perfect spot.
Ah.
So look what happened to the club in terms of the distance it travels. If we go there versus there, the club gets way shorter now. You've not made any less of an arm swing. You've not made any less of a shoulder turn.
Right.
You just have this little bit extra wrist movement at the top that you really don't need. So it's kind of wasted energy.
Right.
And it actually weakens your club face. So you make those compensations on the way down. Okay? So let's rehearse that again. Okay, for right now, I would probably say we're gonna hit 5 or so shots. We're not gonna hit them that hard, but we're really gonna be picky on structure.
Sure.
The only thing I'm going to be watching is dynamic loft. 34 was the number before we made the change. Let's see if we can get it under 30. That means we're getting compression, okay?
Okay.
Okay, couple of rehearsals for me. Better. Okay, so only little change. Make it just ball position can go back, handle can go slightly further forward. You can feel like you've got a little bit more shaft lean. So that's good there. Really good there.
Did I hit this one?
Yeah. Let's see what we get.
Oops.
Love it. Left is what it should do.
Okay.
We should hit it left. If you didn't, you probably hadn't made enough of a change.
Right.
Okay, what's checkpoint 1? This way.
Right.
Club face down. So now you're fighting yourself because you can feel you're not doing it right sometimes.
Yeah.
You can feel kind of that sort of happening.
My muscle memory of 30-something years of swinging wrong.
You're undoing a lot of priorly learned motor skills. Swing up to the top. If I said you point that golf club at that back wall, how would you do that? Probably do that, and you'd probably do, that's another way to do it. So kind of go back into your tilts. So start again, just you stood up. So come back down. Okay, you keep your eye on the ball, stay in your posture. Good. You point the club more. Okay, and then swing through from there. What would that feel like? How you made contact with that, I'll never know.
That felt really good on the face.
How you made contact with that, that was
But that definitely felt
okay, so look at
against what my body wants to do.
Yeah, it was a fight, wasn't it? 24.8 degrees of delivered loft.
Okay.
Right, so without adding loft, now this move, and maybe let me see if, because one of the things when you're working with somebody, you've got to, what kind of learner are they? Are they visual? Are they more cue-based, audio? So right now, we would sort of see your swing going, the grip's now better. We'd see the club going back, and then it's breaking down because of the wrist angle.
Okay.
We're saying more of that. So we want that wrist structure, okay? And that's what's going to allow then the club to come back into a stronger, more forward shaft lean position, okay? So we don't want to get that club going there,
right,
where it gets too long. We want to feel it more there, okay? Love that. What did you think of there? What did you?
I was just trying not to bend my wrist.
Great. Whatever that was the club was in such a different position. Good. Did you see the double pump at the top?
Yeah, I did a little thing there.
So that's like a sensory feedback that I'm not swinging the club far enough back. So you went.
Yeah, I tried to fix it.
You tried to get more out of it. We've got to be okay with not having as much backswing.
Okay.
The length the club travels isn't necessarily the key indicator as to how much speed or how long your golf swing is.
Okay.
I would rather, you know, when I was saying about pushing your hands more that way,
Yeah.
like I would rather you were shorter and wider.
Okay.
That will allow you to generate more speed.
Speed.
Yeah, and again. Good.
Yeah, my wrist wants to go the opposite direction when I'm up there.
Yep. Yeah, it's just used to that pattern. So if you go into impact position, show me what a shut face at impact would look like.
That?
Right. So go more closed than that. Okay, so show me. Let's go closed face, shut. Right. Okay, from that position, because that's kind of what's happened there. Push the handle forward for me.
Ah.
See what happened to the face?
Yeah.
Let's do that one more time. So handle back a little bit, face shut.
Yeah.
Push the handle forward. There you go. So right now, I'm okay with seeing it going left because I don't have enough shaft lean yet. I'll add the shaft lean later.
Right.
So, you know, as you kind of read the numbers, you've got to know like, oh no, I can't have that face closed because I've already got too much angle of attack. I need to fix that now. I don't need to fix face angle yet because I'm just going to add more forward shaft lean. That will not automatically fix face angle. Okay, and again, a couple more practice swings. Good, up there. Yeah, that's perfect. And then go from there up to the top. Fantastic. The strength of that club face now is awesome. Okay, up to the top. Go. Brilliant. And again. Checkpoint 1. Up the top. Go. Love it. Okay. And this is like, we get very like disciplined about these reps. 1, 2. Good. And again. Okay. Little nugget. Turn your lead foot towards the target slightly. Just a little bit. Yep, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Your feet were almost turned away from the target, so they were turned to facilitate a backswing.
Okay.
Not really turned to facilitate a through swing.
Okay.
You can have a bit of both. You can flare the right foot slightly. You can flare, and if we need to, maybe the reduction, the backswing, maybe we can turn the right foot in a little bit.
Okay.
There's loads of ways to play with, you know, some ways we can block movement, we can add movement, range of motion, all these things. But I like you just turning that left foot out a little bit because that'll feel like you can then turn more on the through swing. Okay, so position 1, back down. So position 1 I'd call club parallel. So club parallel to the ground, brilliant. So right there.
Okay.
Okay, good. Wrist structure is fantastic. Okay, up the top. I mean, you feel like you've made a big turn, don't you?
Mm.
Look how short that club is now traveling because we don't have the additional kind of wrist. I mean, do nothing else but collapse the wrists, and that club travels 2 feet.
Right.
Whereas if you can have a nice structure within your wrists, you're just not going to have that. Okay, position 1, good. Turn, brilliant, release. Love that. Honestly, if we were here today, that's all I'm telling you.
Right.
Because we've said grip, we've said a little bit about setup. I like the hands forward, but we've talked a lot about wrist structure, how to try and get you to feel like the club travels shorter. For lesson number 1, that would be a ton. So let's watch that play out now.
Certainly feels different already.
That's good. That's good. And the more different the better.
Yeah, I mean, I know what I was doing wasn't right, so.
Yeah, it wasn't giving you the result you wanted.
Oops.
Really good swing. Lengthwise, excellent. One of the difficult parts right now is realizing that success doesn't always happen with the result.
Right, it doesn't look like
that
it.
To me was a successful rep because you didn't break down in your structure. That was excellent. kind of had a bit more of that thud to it, didn't it?
It felt more powerful than normal.
23.6 on the delivered loft. First angle of attack down. So we're taking a divot where we're actually getting some real compression into the golf ball. That's what we want. That really is what we want.
Yeah, I mean, it went left, but it felt really nice.
Yep.
Like there was almost, like when you hit a baseball properly on a bat and there's no like reverb.
It sinks into the bat, that great feeling. All of your feedback lies on that. It lies on that page, but it lies in your hands as well.
Right.
Did it feel like a good swing? If you were to grade the swing, what would you?
I mean, the immediate feeling of me hitting the ball felt really good. So I thought it was a good swing, but I don't, the top still feels very, like, I think I can get here. But then when I go up, I want to go like this instead of like that.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But my brain knows I'm supposed to do it.
Okay, ball position, handle forward, flare the left foot. Awesome, Casey.
It felt good coming off the club again. Even though I'm not middling it, there's a different face feel.
There's more to come. Well, you're getting darn close.
It's not bad.
And we're getting loft into a good spot. Angle attack, we'll get more of that. There's lots of, how we position your weight, how we structure your sort of sequence. If we look over here, compared to where we kind of were at the start with 7-iron, we're now 136, 138, much better from earlier on. We weren't really translating, which was decent speed. We weren't really translating that into great ball speed, which is what we've got now.
Right.
And look at those, the numbers are starting to get tight. Launch angle, spin rates.
Yeah, those last couple.
Really good stuff. Okay, demonstrate it for me one more time.
Okay.
Give me position 1. Excellent, love that. Up to the top. Really good, excellent. Okay, so come back down, good. Back down, and let's do. I think for right now we're gonna get to position 1, then go at the top, then hit.
Okay.
Okay, we will keep it broken down slightly for right now.
Keep having to do like a back check or something when I do the broken one, but
yeah. Well, once you right now that looking at it's your feedback, there's a trust that has to be built up. And as you sort of see the result and you see things like the angle attack and you see the efficiency, all those things, you'll look to the screen for your feedback rather than look to your angles for that.
Right.
I think as a session 1, I'd be really pleased with we've got a concept now that we think, looking at the wedges, looking at the irons, we've got to give you speed. Speed is the key indicator for elite performance. There's a reason that at the top level of the game, the guys hit it further than the elite amateurs. The elite amateurs hit it further than the mid-handicappers.
Right.
The mid-handicappers hit it further than the high-handicappers. Speed is an indicator. We have to give you the ability to realize the speed you're physically capable of, right? We have to turn it into something that we can, actually use.
Yeah. I think like doing that, like swinging like this, right?
Yeah.
I feel it's almost like an elastic band. Like this feels tighter.
Love that.
Which feels like I can pull it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Through harder.
That's literally it. We want to feel that lat stretch, that back of the sort of, lead arm. We want to, I would say that's a great way to do it. So I'd say get in your posture.
Yeah.
And come out and, shake hands with me with your lead arm. Right? So just come out with your lead arm, come out and shake hands. Okay, so and you can do that again. So do that again, but without shuffling the feet.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. So see
Oh,
what you
so
have
you're
to
saying
do
stretch
there?
even further to get to you. Okay, yeah.
Right. So now, and we can probably see that. See if the face on camera gets that. But like if I'm talking about like creating wind, like I'll keep teasing you out here. Come shake my hand. So now all you do is create more stretch.
Yeah.
Now put the right hand on it.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about earlier on with having the distance between there and there.
Right.
Like, you're not breaking down at that point. And like, good luck trying to get the club to kind of break
Yeah, no, I can't do that
anymore.
yeah.
So that's another part that we will work into is we will get that lead arm to really stretch away, and we'll get some space, we'll get some width, and we'll start to build the structure of the swing that, you know, I think will quite quickly lower your handicap.
Great.
Love it. Good. Okay, guys, I'm excited for you guys to come on the journey with Casey. Kudos to you, because doing this, you know, in front of an audience, I know it's the three of us and that's how every filming session is, so this is very comfortable for us. When reality hits that thousands of people are watching it. And
yeah, I know the commentators, I know how they treat people on this channel.
Be nice. This guy used to be a wrestler. He'll
many moons ago
take you down, top of the turnbuckle. So yeah, no, good on you, bud. It's going to be a fun journey, introducing the other characters to the channel as well that are going to be, you know, breaking their own barriers and chasing down their own milestones. Will be a lot of fun. We've discussed loosely, we won't announce it because the pressure would then be on us, but we've discussed loosely maybe some goals, maybe some team goals.
Yeah. Getting
together and sort of having a sort of, you know, collective goal as a team that we maybe play in some events, but that would be fun down the line.
Great.
Good stuff. Okay, hopefully lots of you gained a little bit of insight into some struggles that someone who adds too much dynamic loft has a little bit too shallow of an angle of attack, and maybe just sees that swing get long, but long without any speed. You know, there's the John Daly's of the world, there's the people who swing long, but they turn that length of swing into speed. For a lot of people, unfortunately, in the game of golf, it's the opposite. A longer swing generally means that you don't have access to the muscle stretch, the pull, the sequence that you really need. So I think you were starting to really feel that at the end. So it was a really fun thing to watch your brain go, wow, that feels different. And obviously the result was the same way. Love it.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, stay tuned for more. Really excited for you guys to see Casey along his journey. We will see you again soon.
Like, it is crazy though, like that tightness, it feels so much more empowering to pull it back like through.
So if I said to you, so take this in your lead hand.
Yep.
And so you can drop the club. Okay, so create as much stretch, but just in your lead hand's fine, just in your left one. Create as much stretch as you can between you and I. Okay, good. And again.
Can I twist?
Right hand goes on. So yeah, so you're having to move and then put right hand on.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep. Okay, really, really good. So now starting to sort of, you know, get that. So when you start to do that, so if I put resistance on you, then you'll start actually using the ground. So if I had force plates in here, you'd actually start to see your weight would go left.
Move.
You know, you just have that natural. You know, you'd set yourself, then you'd go, because, you know, obviously a little bit of counter force will then create, you know, that big stretch diagonally up across your body.
What's interesting, like that elastic feel, it was similar to the springiness that I was feeling. Like,
Definitely.